Here I've got the rear valance that goes underneath the back bumper on the 72 Gran Torino. It's bashed up pretty good. So I'm going to hammer it and dolly it. And right now I'm using a 4x4 block and body hammers. Now a wood block underneath the hammer will keep from stretching the metal. If you put a wrinkled up panel like this on a piece of metal and beat it with a hammer, you take a good chance of causing an oil can, by stretching the metal. And if you hammer on wood, then you're just bending the metal. You're not stretching it. There's a crown there at the bottom of the panel where it curves under. And that's what I'm working on right now, is to get that crown even. Now I'm grinding it a little bit so I can see what I got going on there. Now I'm not going to try to make this absolutely perfectly straight with metal finishing. I'm just getting it straight enough to where we don't have to pile a bunch of Bondo on it. It was caved in pretty bad, but I'm not going to try to make it perfect without Bondo. That's not the objective here. Now the reason I have this sped up so fast is because it's a demonstration of hammer and dolly work. And here I'm using a flanging tool because there's a flange there at the bottom. I'm reforming that flange, using the hammer and dolly to straighten it out. The main thing is to get the structure of this panel straight and to straighten out things like these flanges, because you can't fix a flange like that. It's like a little more than 1/8 of an inch flange of metal at the bottom there, so you can't Bondo that. It has to be pretty straight. The rest of the panel will get a coating of Bondo. It won't be thick, but that's what we're doing, is flattening the metal out where our Bondo doesn't have to be thick. I was able to hammer and dolly out all the problems with this valance because it wasn't, totally stretched out of shape and stuff like that. Now the front valance is a different story. It's extremely damaged, so it's going to require some cutting and welding and, to get rid of stretched metal. But this one was able to be hammered and dollied out. I'm not one to waste time trying to perfect something that's beyond perfecting. I know what level of straightness I'm shooting for, and I'm going to stop when I get there. I'm not trying to, get the last silly little millimeter, straightened out from a wrinkle or something like that. I'm just trying to get a good level surface with no extreme low spots in it. As I said, the front valance, it was severely damaged, and there's some stretched spots that can't be hammered and dollied out. And I watch these deals where they take these metal wheels on grinders that are I don't know what they're supposed to do. They're shrinking disc is what they're calling it. It's a crock of crap, as far as I'm concerned. It's not going to shrink these terrible high spots that I have in the front valance. We'll look at that here in the next video. But luckily, this back valance didn't have any of that problem. I got Sideshow Chad helping me hold this up where I can straighten out the rounded corners. Had like a kink in it, so I'm getting that straightened out. Now, this video sped up nearly 10 times because I didn't want to bore you to death. We'll examine the finished work more when I start to do the Bondo video. So please touch my like thingy and share my shizzle and subscribe, damn it!